We are live, according to that. And the other one should
Waiting
go
for it to
into,
come up.
yeah. I see Marilyn and Nell and Vicky.
There's Vicky.
Yep. Come on. Go thing, go.
It is slow today.
Yep. Come on, come on.
There we go. Now we're there. It is slow today.
Yep. Shh. Be quiet. My Bluetooth speaker was still on. All right. So today, Peg and I got our information crossed. I thought we were doing recipe pages. I'm going to make a holiday recipe traditions book for, because when you pass on, maybe the people who you've celebrated holidays with all through these years will want to know the recipes and traditions that you did, and maybe they want to continue that in their own family. So I was planning on making this book, which I'm using half sheet page protector slide ins so that I can make my pages, separate from the book. And then this is hard tag board that I got out of some packaging actually. This week I organized all my little dies because I couldn't use them the way they were. And Peg told me about magnetic vent covers. Because, to buy magnetic stuff for all your dies is expensive. But you can buy a package of these covers that is like 16 by, I can't remember how wide it was. Cut it up yourself, and then you can put your thin dies on it. And then I just have them in little slide-in pockets. And I can now see all of them. So this packaging material, which is a nice heavy board, came from that package. And I just cut it down to fit. Then I just have some rings, and I'm going to cover my covers and then start working on the pages. So I'm going to work on this week and then ornaments next week. Peg is going to work on ornaments this week and recipe pages next week.
Yeah, it's my fault, guys. You can blame me for screw ups because I got plenty of them. But I didn't look at multiple places, and I should have to get the whole skinny on stuff, and I didn't do what was on our list. So anyway, I'm going to show you ornaments, and I was thinking about ornaments last night and what to do with it. And there are so many different things that you can do with ornaments. I mean, if you're a Pinterest person, you can go out there and look at ornaments and all kinds of things. My mind went to things like molding, and so I got out some Model Magic, and this stuff is just cheap from the kids section at Walmart, Model Magic, and I started molding. Well, of course, I started this late last night and it's not dry, but you can use these like on other ornaments and things. You can, because it's soft and pliable, you can wrap these and glue these right around ornaments and make really gorgeous things. So I wanted to share that with you. I've got another one. These are molds from Iron Orchid, and I've got some Model Magic in here, but I also thought I was going to try using some of this Quick Cure clay today. I don't know if it's any good. I've had it for a couple of years now, so I'm going to give it a try if we have time to do that. But I want to show you a few other things. I'll set this aside. I've got a couple packages of this Quick Cure, and what you do with this is from Ranger, and once you mold it, you start heating it, and it has this chemical reaction, and it cures like kiln fired in just a few minutes. So I've done this before. I've got videos out there if you want to see it. You just probably have to, Google it or something and find
I even
it.
did that a few weeks ago on the show. I think.
What's that?
I think I did it a few weeks ago on the show.
Oh, did you? Okay.
So yeah,
So
that was the first time I'd use it And you told me about the gloves, remember? Because it gets into your
Yeah,
hand.
because they do, it does have almost like, what do they call that stuff? It's like a fiber in there, like if you were putting up sheetrock, or not sheetrock, insulation.
Fiberglass.
It's
Yeah.
got like fibers in it, and they stick in your fingers. Hey, Barbara. Hi, Becky. So that's one thing. Another thing I decided to try this morning was, we've all got these cookie molds, stuff like this that's been around for a long time. And so I was taking some watercolor paper and wetting it down. Let me show you that. You just take, this is pretty wet. You just take some heavy, like 300-pound watercolor paper and wet it. And this has been soaking for a little bit, okay? And then I put it through the die cut machine and cut a circle. And then what I do is I press it. Here's my cookie mold. It's a little gingerbread man. I take that once it's die cut and I press it into the cookie mold. And I'll use my tools like this to shape that into the areas of the cookie mold. And when this dries down, then it's going to have the shape on the other side. Can you guys see that? Can you see the little cookie mold on there? And then this is fun, like if you've got, oh, I think I've even got some. Let me grab it. If you've got some sparkly stuff, yeah, I do. Here's some Twinkle Writer from Deco Art. If you take some Twinkle Writer or something like that and add it to your image, maybe it's not open. Or maybe it's been a year or so since I used it. Oh, it's still got a cover on it. Okay, this is a new one.
You can also do that. I remember doing this crazy thing back in the day. You
Yep.
can use toilet paper to do that.
Yep, you sure can.
And you can do it even with rubber stamps. I remember that.
Yes, you can take a rubber stamp image and put the wet toilet paper on there and press it in and get an impression. And then when it dries down, you can glue it on your cards or ornaments or whatever.
Yeah, it makes like a little paper thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Just came to me as you were talking about using watercolor paper. I remembered I've done that before with toilet paper.
Yeah, well, and the other thing, like if you were, remember when we were back in the day when we were making paper?
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
homemade
take paper
paper.
pulp.
Absolutely.
So like if you make paper pulp, like in the blender, you can take that paper pulp and shape it into things.
I remember doing that too.
So all of these different molding things you can use to create.
And basic toilet paper is and watercolor paper just made out of pulp, right?
Yep, exactly. So let me just put a little bit of sparkle. Probably should have shaken that better. To get the glitter up to the top. And then the glitter wants to plug the nozzle. I love this. I'll get one big splash. Get one big splash of glitter. Okay, I'm going to do it the easy way. It's in the lid. Put the lid in here so I'm not getting it all over my desk. And it is beautiful on my desk. There we go. Now we got some glitter.
All right. Actually shouldn't turn it over so quick, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
And you know, these are cute. You can trim them out with whatever you want. I was looking around the kitchen last night trying to figure out what else I could use, and I came up with like some canning jar lids. You know, these things can be glued to canning jar lids if you want them sturdier, and you can decorate the backside. You know, so there's lots of ways you can do this. Get this out of the way. I am making a total mess of myself this morning. I'm going to have glitter. It could be glittering
Oh
for a week.
no, not glitter.
I'm going to be glittering for a week.
It's your sparkling personality.
Yeah. So, anyway, this is just to give you an idea about that sort of thing. And we'll set that aside and let it dry. And it'll sparkle. It'll have sparkle. All right. Get that out of my way before I spill it.
I'm not sure it's the holidays if you don't spill glitter.
Maybe not. I don't know. So, speaking of glitter, hey, Cindy Bagley. Hi, Peggy B. Another thing I thought of is all of those die cuts, and I know, sparkly wise, I have a whole bunch of sparkly washi tape. You guys know sparkly washi tape?
Yeah.
So what I did was I went to my dies and I found these ornaments, right? And I thought, well, you know, they're kind of flimsy, and I could actually make this into a book style, like if you wanted to make an ornament that you're putting on a card or something, and maybe even flip it up and put some kind of little gifty thing inside. You know, there's lots of things that you can do with this idea. But isn't that pretty with just taking some different colors of sparkly washi and decorating our ornament that can hang on the tree or can be used on a card, or, you know, however you want to do it. And all I do, and honestly, for these flat ones, I think after you get the washi on it, what I might like to do is take some diamond glaze or dimensional adhesive and go over it so it becomes a really crystal clear sparkly thing. I like diamond glaze for that purpose. And it will seal all that in and make it, you know, something that will be treasured for a number of years anyway. Hi, Andrea.
Make sure I know where my holes are. I don't want to lose your holes.
Sorry, Becky. We'll be posting pictures and things, so, you know. And that's part of the group thing. Like, if you guys have questions about this stuff, be sure and post them in the group, because we're happy to help you with any of these projects. I know Becky is doing some kind of recipe thing too, so check out what she's doing. Let's see. Let's get a little bit of this.
All right, got holes. I'm gonna make little holes.
I think I picked up most of the sparkly stuff when I went to one of those scrapbook convention things, and they were running a deal where you bought so many of them and then you got super discount price on it. So of course I had to buy a whole bunch. Isn't that the way we do it? It's on sale, so let's buy more. This one's kind of, yeah, this one I definitely would want to seal because the glittery stuff does want to flake off. You know, it's glitter. That's pretty, Shell.
You know, I just went for holiday colors and I'm
Yeah.
gonna do some mark making and then put some words on there for the cover of it.
Yep.
With the cover. I'm making it. It's got to be in my style, right? So.
Right. It's definitely in your style. Well, and mine too. You know, I was looking at some of the stuff on Pinterest, and I'd say, nope, nope, not me, nope.
Yeah.
So yeah, do it your style, whatever your style is, for sure. But that's the fun about looking at stuff, and you know, even if what I'm doing is not your style, if it's too glitzy or sparkly or whatever, you can change that up because I'm going to show you some more fun type of ornaments, you know, that might be a little bit different style. I do. I think I do more because I like the elegance of the holiday. I do more of the blingy, elegant stuff. So the birds, the angels, the, you know, all that there stuff. So I'm going to glue these together. So I need to trim out that washi. Coupon codes, yeah. Cindy would be so proud of Peg. Yeah.
Because you're using washi tape, yes.
Well, using washi tape and buying more stuff. She's so funny. We tease each other.
Let's try this again. I think I'll do green.
I know, washi, sparkly washi even. I mean, come on.
I mean, that's beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
Sparkle washi. I'm not sure I really have much of it. I might have one roll, maybe. I don't know why. Why don't I have it? The heck
well, but even regular washi would be fun. I mean, just think about all the designs that you've got. You know, especially like if you've got children with a theme, because you can buy washi tape with just about anything on it now. Oops. Okay, that one does not want to stick. Which is another reason to use the adhesive.
The dimensional adhesives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because it'll seal everything in.
Yep. And make it all pretty and shiny.
Right. It'll make it like it was glass or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like a real ornament. Like a store-bought.
I think homemade ones are more real than store-bought.
Yeah.
You know, everybody can buy a store-bought.
Yeah, but everybody can't buy this one.
Nope.
Nobody's going to get this one.
Be one of a kind.
Yeah.
These things are still wet. They'll be nicer when they're not. Oh, well. I just thought it'd be fun to put some of those on there. All right. So then on this side, I'm just going to put a full sheet So, cover that, but we won't worry about that right now. Let's worry about doing some fun mark making. What kind of colors do we have? How about a little bit of yellowy? Because yellow is also a holiday color because of all the glow. Maybe just
Well, this stuff sure sticks to my finger good.
maybe some nice red. I don't think they're like any bright red. Oh, maybe this is bright red. That's bright red. Okay.
Okay, so now get these out of here. But I've got different shapes and sizes. These, you can paint these. You can do whatever you want to with them. We might get around to doing some of that too. I don't know. A few other things I want to show you. But let's glue these together.
The palette.
And let's see.
Paper.
Looks pretty good.
Just...
Doesn't look like it's... Can I get any out of there? Oh no, of course not. I need a pen. To pierce that. Oh. The end has not been opened. I don't know. Seems pretty tough.
Okay. Let's see what we can do. Got some colors. I've grabbed some stencils that had different interesting designs on them, and I thought maybe I would use a little bit of stenciling. Let's add some of this yellow color. Because there's some yellow right here already, so I thought I could bring that yellow up into my composition a little bit, like that. See how that brings that up.
Boy.
In.
Very fluid. Must be a brand new jar. It's very fluid.
Put a little bit right there, maybe just bring this yellow across. So there's like something right there with a different stencil, maybe something like that. So nobody's been really talking about it. It's kind of a secret, I think, and I probably maybe shouldn't talk about it, but I'm going to tell you that if you guys think you might want some Stencil Girl stencils, maybe you've got some in your cart waiting for you, that you might be interested in getting them around Cyber Monday. Didn't hear it from me.
No, but okay. I can say this. Typically, they have a Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale at Stencil Girl. Typically
they do, yes.
So you probably need to watch for something like that if you want to get in on their typical sale. How's that?
Good one.
Okay, so I'm going to let that set aside and dry, and let's talk about something else now. I have window cling, and Not window cling. What is this stuff? This is acetate. Duh. They call it window something for card making. Let's see. Here, Tailored Expressions. I just picked up some of this when I was down at Stamp Joy with Tailored Expressions last month. And they've got window acetate, but you can buy acetate in a lot of different forms, and you can use reuse packaging, you know, all of that kind of stuff. I got this because, you know, I was working for them and I got it, so it didn't cost me. But I don't think it's terribly expensive anyway. I think it is $2.50 normally, so not terribly expensive to buy. No, I keep knocking that over. I am so good today. Just telling you guys, I need a few more clips on this, I think, because the paper is bulging. So just keep adding clips till you're happy.
Okay, use a little bit of this white. Just
Okay. That ought to be enough clips. We'll see.
how many did you put on? 32?
It's pretty full, Shell. Pretty full. So anyway, the thing about this stuff, let me get this clay out of here. My rolling pin. Boy, I tell you, I pulled everything out for this. If you're going to stamp on this with an ink, you're going to want to use something like StazOn. This particular image is stamped with StazOn ink. And you can see that it works very well for that. But if you're going to put something on this, like if I wanted to come back and add, say, some of my sprays or something to it to add color, you're going to want to flip this over and do it on the back side, so that you're not moving the ink. So let me get some ink. I think I want a blue background. And you know, I made all of these archival alcohol inks sprays a long time ago. Okay. So I'm going to get some sailboat blue, which is a pretty blue, and I'm going to put it into background on here. And I'm going to set that aside and let it dry, because then I can come back with alcohol pen and I can add color to my image. So I'm going to set this aside to dry. This is just going to, you know, now if you're going to dry this, I would dry this with a cool tool. Like I've got this one, which is just a Conair hair dryer, and you see it's got a cool setting, so I can come over here. Okay, so that's just a cool setting hair dryer, and you can see that this spray is now dry on here. This is an image that another Tailored Expressions image that I picked up last month when I was working their event. It's from the seasonal sprig set, and it's got this lovely sprig and some sayings and things on it, and it's a set of 6 stamps. So Tailored Expressions, and I think they're running specials all month long too, if you're interested in any of their stuff. But the nice thing about this then is I can come back with alcohol ink wherever it is on my desk. Okay, I've got some alcohol inks here. I've also got somewhere a palette here. Here's a palette. Too precious to use toilet paper. You are so funny.
Well, you know, there was the whole toilet paper shortage situation.
Yeah. Hi, Rennie. Nell says Mary Beth posted an announcement this weekend. So
Oh,
Mary
did you?
Beth has announced it.
Okay.
Yeah, that is after Thanksgiving, isn't it?
Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday is before Thanksgiving.
Is it? I thought Black Friday was the day after Thanksgiving. And
Black
Cyber
Friday
Monday
is
was,
okay. I don't know. Just watch. It'll
yeah,
be
just
either this
watch for it.
weekend or next weekend because I haven't actually scoped it all out. I just know that that's typical.
You'll see things from me.
Or if somebody else has a link to where it's posted, you know. Anyway, so I'm gonna take one of these. I'm gonna take this palette that has alcohol ink just dropped in here, and I have now they have two different pens. Doesn't matter which one. This is the. Oh, I can't get this on here. There we go. This is the old style pen. It's fatter. I have it loaded with blender, alcohol ink blender. This is the new style pen. It's a little bit thinner. It just has a little different shape to the pen, but they both work. They both are fine. And I fill okay. I fill this one with alcohol. I fill this one with blender. That's why I have two different, and that's kind of for me. It works. So anyway, it's got this kind of bullet tip, and I can grab some of this alcohol ink that's in here, and I can just start coloring my image with that alcohol ink. You guys see that? And it's going to be, you know, this is the finished side, but the more alcohol you add, the more it wants to bleed out. So just be aware of that. Also keep a tissue or something, which I don't have here handy. Just keep a regular tissue or something to clean the nib, because it will pick up color. And, you know, come back and grab some color for your berries. Clean it off before you go back to your color, because it's going to pick up some of that blue off of the paper. And I'm just putting a dot of color in the area. You guys see what's happening here? And then I want to add some more greens and things in here. So I'm just going to keep working it. Anybody else here love alcohol ink?
Alcohol ink is awesome.
I love what you can do with it. Okay, so I've got some green laid in. I'm going to get a darker green. Going to add a little bit of that. And don't worry if it goes outside the line. That's part of the beauty of it. It's almost like watercolor, which I like. I like it when it does that. And then I'm going to add, let's see, I want to get a nice red to add to my berry. And you can see it pretty quickly. You can put this together with just a little bit of... Okay, so there's an image colored up. Let me see if I can get this behind the white. Oops, of course, I'm smearing it like I do. So eventually you end up with, what do I do with it? I've lost my piece. I'll do that. I know it's on the desk somewhere. All right, I'll find it. I posted a picture. But when I did the one that I posted before, I did not put the spray behind it. What I did was I took a piece and I embossed it. So if you have the right kind of acetate, you can emboss on it because it will accept the heat. And now I'm looking for that. I tell you, I'm
Would that be
losing things.
Duralar?
I just feel so stupid when I lose things on my desk. The problem with acetate is it's clear.
Makes it kind of hard to find.
Oh, here it is. Ha! Right before my eyes. Okay, so here's a piece of acetate that will take the heat. And what I'm going to do with that one is I'm going to use some Versamark. And I'm going to use some detailed tinsel copper embossing powder.
The best color.
Peggy says she's working on ornaments. Yay!
I love to make ornaments at Christmas or winter holiday.
Alcohol in a water brush. Well, that works too, Barb. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up with Versamark. Because this acetate is probably a little staticky, I think I'll take a powder bag, just run it over that. Make sure that I get the static off. And then I'm going to, and here we go, white on white. The camera's going nuts. I'm going to stamp that. On the acetate. And we'll get a piece of paper out because we're going to use embossing powder.
So since I could find my die cuts, I was actually able to cut out some little letters.
Yay. Okay, that one is really coated. So I'm going to get a brush. This is what I mean about static. Oh, and it's jumping up there. Good grief. I must have it on my hands. You ever get that where you have static on electricity and what you're wearing or on your hands, or and you touch something and it just takes off? Get this out of here because I think the plastic. A lot of times when I store the embossing, I will cut a piece of dryer sheet and put it in there, just to get rid of the static in the container, because those plastic containers even get some static in them. Okay, let's see if I can get rid of that.
And winter time is static time because it's
winter here.
Meter.
We have been freezing. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time cleaning this up. You guys get the idea. You probably would have put more powder down to start with.
When this dries down, I'm going to put a shadow along every letter, but I need it to dry, so we'll just move on to what did I do with the rest of the book? I put it somewhere. Let's get ourselves a page out and we'll start something else. And I, of course, still have to do the back. The back cover, the insides of the covers still. But I thought it would be kind of fun to maybe start.
So I'm going to heat my tool before I go to this.
So this is a 300-pound watercolor paper. If you guys couldn't guess that. Let's use a little actual watercolor. You like that? This paper is not very clean. It's red. Hey, what do you think? Let's see if we can make some. See how red it is. Oh, there's some blue in this brush. Anyway.
Okay, we're done with that. So this said it would take the heat. Did not take the heat real well. So I'm going to, when I die cut it, I'm going to put it through the machine. It's going to press it out some, so that might help. a little bit. But there's a number of different places that you can get images that are cut out. Like these are little stars, and you know, there's lots of things that you can get. So what I did then was I put a frame on it, front and back, and wish I could find that one. I did. It's really weird. It just disappeared off the face of the earth. Okay, who ate the ornament? Let me die cut this real quick.
Can't blame me. I didn't do it. I'm not staying on screen very well today. These watercolors are fun. These are the ones that are mixed with Sumi ink. I enjoy them. Dark. Instantly dark. Shadow ones.
So what I like to use are these frames because they build into each other. So I'll die cut this piece, and then I will cut a frame using two, and I take some micropore tape, and I'll tape them together like this so that I build my frame. Tape them together and then die cut, and then what you get is a frame like this when you die cut it. And this is a set from Sizzix of framelit dies. You can get all different shapes and sizes, and they come from all different companies. You can see I've got different ones from different companies with different markings and things on them, but these work really well if you're going to be building frames on things. And that's what I wanted to do, is I wanted to build a frame on this, both for the inside and the outside, because I just glue this on here, front and back, so that you can see through it like a window pane, or if you want to put something behind it, you can. I think that other one I put some vellum behind, but pretty easy to do. If only I could find it and show it to you. Oh, it was buried. Here it is. Okay. So there is that. So here, because this is embossed, it really doesn't matter so much about which side you're putting the alcohol ink onto, because this is plasticized now and embossed. So I can take
I'm going to set this aside for a second and let it dry by itself. So that was the Starry colors from Kuretake. Just got that. And then these were the Sumi Japanese colors, shadow colors that have Sumi ink put in them, made by MEI Boko Undo Company. I wanted to use this new little stamp set that I've never used because I thought the trees were super cute. And also, this one comes with, I have to see which book it's in, but it comes, not this one, it's the other one.
Oh, they're talking about sewing.
You're talking about what?
Sewing.
Sewing, I haven't done any sewing in a while.
Yeah, me
Here we
either.
go. This is the little die cuts that it comes with, which I thought were super cute. So I thought I would get out some ink since I'm still obsessed with stamping. You know, you get into something and then you're like, can't get out of it. So I thought it would, this isn't even open yet. Some of this is Versamark quick drying pigment ink they claim. But I thought it would be kind of fun to die cut some little shapes with my small die cut machine, wherever it is, right here, and then stamp on them and see how that all works. So let's try it. But first we have to get the damn
Okay,
thing
let's
open.
try it.
Come on, open. There we go. Tiny, tiny, tiny die cutting machine. Cutting plates. This plate. So what if I cut this one? And that, can I make it fit? I think I can. Maybe. Maybe this would be time to use some washi tape. If I can find the end. Let's make sure that this is not going to go anywhere. So this is a Spellbinder little desktop die cutting machine. I also have a big one as well. I don't have any of the electronic ones, but I do have these manual ones. So there's a little tree. And then if I want, I could take this little stamp that matches it. Come on, you. Come on there. Ugh. Very stretchy. Fit on that block. Still need a bigger one.
All right, we need a little glue.
Well, this is a little bit of overkill, but I guess it'll work.
Add that to our frame. We also need a hanger. We need a hanger for it, like this. So add some ribbon.
So that's super cute. That's super cute. And I can put it on my hill and make a little snowy scene.
This is ribbon from Denami Design. If you've ever seen Denami, they have very elegant stamps and ribbons and things, and they've got the satin on the edge and all of that stuff. So I really like their ribbons for something like this if you're doing elegant Christmas things. I'm going to need some more clips, I can tell already.
I can also just stamp this directly on here if I want to.
I clip that together because I need to put another frame on this. I don't have it squarely on there. Which is okay. I can always trim it out later. Just going to put some more adhesive down. Drop my second frame on. Line it up best I can, and then we're going to add our little hanger in there too. Oh dear, it's sliding. Don't slide.
Glue that kind of right there.
So this is clear. And you saw me doing the ones with the colorized background. And then this one I did with just a piece of vellum. When I was die cutting, I cut a piece of gold vellum that I used for a backer here. That's how you do that one. What else have we got time for? Let's see. Yeah, kind of like stained glass. So, you know, we always pick up stuff like this when it's on sale too, like this die cut. It says ornate die cut chalk. They were 75 cents. Paper Studio. Is that? I don't remember who that is. Might be Hobby Lobby or Michael's or one of them. I don't know. But it's been laying around in my stash long enough. So I figure it's time to make ornaments out of these, right? Because they're something you can do. And I would probably, because these are thin, I would probably double them up to make them a little bit sturdier. How many's in here? Oh, there's 30 pieces. Oh, I make a lot of ornaments. And let's just glue that. But before I glue it, let me get something to go on that. Whoops. I dropped my speedball. I'm gonna get some twine. Let's get some candy cane stripe twine. Let's glue some of that in there. If I can find an end. It's always the hard part, right? Okay, so we'll get our hanger. Yeah, I think I want it to go that way. I'll just put that in there. Top it with another one. And we've got our backer. Thank you, Vicki. Hi, Marie. See you soon. Have a good day.
They're off.
Marie is taking off. I've got something going on. I don't know about you guys, but I love these little crafty clips from the dollar store. They save my life. Gives me extra fingers to hold stuff together. They're just you get 6 of them for $1. So when I'm gluing things like this, I want them to stay in place. These are my second hand. So I've got a little stamped snowman here. And I think we need to colorize him a little bit. What do I want to use? haven't used my.
Some of these are.
I've used my watercolor. Let's get out watercolor. Here's a Jane Davenport palette. I know some of you have that. And I need a water brush and a tissue. I'll be in business here. Okay. So I like this blue here. I think I'm going to start with that.
Sweet.
What you doing over there, Shell?
I am stamping letters. One of the traditions that we've done since my kids were super little is to drink hot cocoa, homemade hot cocoa,
Mm-hmm.
night before the Christmas holiday when we do presents, you know. And so I have a recipe for it. So I'm going to write the recipe on here. And then if they ever want to do it, they can do it, right?
Yep.
But I did stamp part of it. Not everything has to be handwritten, but you should add your own hand a little bit. You know?
Yep. Like you do.
Like you do, if you have to. I hate writing on things, but. Oh, that pin has 0 oomph. Just use this one to get rid of that little place where I messed up. Let's say I spell cocoa right. C-O-C-O-A. Doesn't look right, but
I know
think
that
that's how
feeling.
you spell it, but it doesn't look right.
I'm just mixing up some color because I don't have the carrot nose color here, so I'm making my own carrot color.
Easy enough to do.
Yep.
So then I just need to write the recipe. What shall I use to write with? I guess I'll use a Posca pen. And a third cup hot water.
Okay. Got our little guy. I think I've got something festive. Oh, he just kind of barely fits on there. Let me measure that. That is, looks like 2.5. Two and 3/4. That would be good if I did. Okay, this is one of my gripes. This is one of my gripes about people that make these things. They need to put the size on them. Right? Tell me what size this is.
You
It's
just have to guess.
definitely not this size. And it doesn't tell me what it is. Okay, in that case, what I do is I go back to my trusty dies, my stacked dies. And I find one that's going to fit. Okay, that's the same size. I need the next size up. Okay, I think this might do it. Let me go cut this.
That's a bit too big. Cream.
So this can be cut down and used as a frame on something. What I did was I backed this with some of that Elizabeth craft tape. And I think that's just going to fit there nicely, and that's going to fit on there nicely. So if I can peel it off, we'll be in business. There we go. It's getting started. And we've got our little snowman. We can just glue him right down there. So all of these pieces that are cut out of the middle can be used for, you know, cards and whatever you're doing too. This stuff doesn't go to waste. That's the watercolor that I cut so you could trim this down. It could become a card front, you know, over something on a card front. So this stuff does not have to go to waste. So I think, see if this pen will write. We might embellish this a little bit. A little stitch line.
So I just have to get this.
Barb says, so darn cute, Jill.
Thank you.
Thanks, Peggy.
Of course, all the colors I have aren't the colors I want. These are not the right colors. So I guess we're just out of luck. Oh well. Gray. Gray. Make sure there's some hot cocoa in there. A little bit of brown.
Oh, let me think. What do I want to do next? I'm kind of winding down. I think I need to put some. I was thinking about doing a little snowman on this. These are just those blanks. But you remember when we used to do these kinds of things where you would take a top off of something? This was some, I don't know, grapefruit or something. And you would decorate it. You paint it up and decorate it. And so, you know, when I was looking around in the kitchen, remember I was telling you that you can take your old canning jar lids. Like these are well used and loved canning jar lids, right? And you can just paint them up with some gesso. Get a brush here. Just cut them with some gesso. You can paint them up with whatever you like. Cover them with paper, cover them with, you know, decorative stuff. And because these are metal, you're going to need something strong enough. Either you're going to glue them back to back, which you can do. You know, you can glue a couple of them back to back. But this is stuff that would just go out in the recycle bin anyway, right? So might as well put it to use. I was at this really cool park this last week, which was a whirligig park. You'll see it on my Facebook page, or I think I did a little video. But this guy had taken a junk and then turned them into these huge whirligigs, and they had this park that was just full of these whirligigs. It was really cool. So, okay, I painted that up with gesso. I could do the same thing with this. You know, I shouldn't have dumped it in the water, but I can, you know, paint this whole thing. If you got a whole bunch of them, you can take them outside and spray paint them, you know. Makes it fast and easy. But, you know, paint those up and then find something that you want to add, you know, whether it's some
Oh my gosh.
embellishment like this, you know, that can be glued on. There's all kinds of packages of stuff. And build yourself a scene. I mean, this can go down in, like if you wanted to put something in there, like a tree or a, you know, if you wanted to add some greenery and something, you can build a little dimensional piece. So, just another idea for making ornaments, embellishments. What I would recommend for that is that one. I don't know what mine is at the moment. You're going to want one of those heavy-duty hole punches to punch a hole in that. Yeah, and knock it out. I got my long reach. Long reach here. So if I want to add a string or something, I'm going to want to punch a hole in that to create a space to add my ribbon or string. And what else have I got? Oh, let's see. How big is that cap? Those are about 2 3/4. Oh, that's 3 inches. That's too big. It's 2.5. So I can cut that one's probably too big. Let's see. That one's too small. Okay. Guess we'll go for bigger. Bigger's better. So I can add a Grinch.
A Grinchy Grinch, huh?
I can add pretty sparkly things. See what these look like. I can get it off of here. These are just stickers. You know, we all go through the aisle of stickers and say, oh, I like that, I like that. And the cool thing about these is you can colorize these too. So if you've got some alcohol markers, let me see if I've got a, that's kind of a green, not blue. Let's see if this is blue. Yeah, it's a better blue. So if I want to make this bluer, I can change my sticker out just with a marker. So that it shows up the bling a little bit more.
Oh, whoops. My goodness.
And you can add lace and, whatever you like to these. These are those Studio 71 alcohol markers. I don't even know if they're out on the market anymore, but they work.
There's plenty of alcohol markers out there.
Yeah, there are. Yes, there are.
Okay, there's my cover of my book.
Very cool.
And here's my first page.
Awesome. Okay, so we've got several different.
Vicki is telling us we are done.
Yes.
We are done.
Got several different things here. Don't know what happened to my. Got too much stuff out here again. I think I might put some of this red behind the Grinch because it's got sparkles. And our that one. Okay, so there you have an assortment of ornaments. Hope you enjoyed it today, and we'll see you again next time.
Yep. Next time she'll be working on pages or recipe page things, and I will be working on ornaments. Our theme for this month is hashtag perfect recipe. So that can be whatever you mean it, you want it to be. But please, if you guys are going to make something inspired by today, please post it in the group and use the hashtag perfect recipe.
Absolutely. See you guys.